What's good, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Zamin from XCC Teams. I have found a way to use Cubase feature such as audio alignment panel in Studio One. Okay, actually it's not really in Studio One, but we can use both the Cubase and Studio One simultaneously, and it's really easy. I think this is definitely gonna improve a lot of musicians' workflow. So most of the other DAWs, they are very limited in terms of such features. All right, so here I have this audio which I performed, and you can see it's the vocal track, and it's not really properly aligned. Okay, so I'm gonna hit play so you guys can hear it. Subscribe to my channel. Okay, that's a wonderful recording of myself performing a Grammy-worthy melody. We have already established the fact that Studio One does not have the alignment panel such as in the one in Cubase right here. Okay, audio alignment panel. No, but no worries, I found a way to work with that. Okay, so I'm gonna just not minimize, just make it smaller. And I'm gonna do the same with Studio One as well. Okay, so I have the Studio One, and I'm gonna move it to the left, and I have this Cubase here, and I want to move it to the right. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just drag this audio to Cubase like so. Okay, and the other one I'm going to drag it as well. So now we have both the audio from Studio One to Cubase. Okay, now I'm going to minimize the Studio One. I'm going to work with Cubase. Okay, first I have to make sure that it aligned properly within the tempo. So let's check it out. Subscribe to my channel. So it should be like so. Subscribe to no. Subscribe to my channel. Okay, that's better. So now what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna go to the panel, audio alignment panel, and I'm gonna click on this audio waveform, drag it, and it asks me to bounce, so I'm gonna bounce this. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the same here. And okay, so both of these audio file is being added to the panel, and I'm gonna align this audio quickly like so. Okay, now once I've done that, I think it's better to bounce the audio so that the alignment will stay intact, right? So let's do that. Shift right click, go to bounce selection, and do the same bounce selection. Okay, now I'm gonna drag the track from Cubase to Studio One like so. Okay, if you notice, both the track is being added to Studio One. So now let's minimize Cubase and work with Studio One now. Okay, and I'm gonna adjust them like so. Okay, now if you notice, this is the original, and this is the aligned audio. So let me change the color so you guys can see it better. Okay, that's better. Okay, so if you notice, it's aligned perfectly, and so I don't have to come here and do all those stuff manually. And another thing I would suggest you to do is bounce them. So the reason you need to bounce is so that Studio One will have a copy of the aligned audio. Okay, I'm gonna bounce this one as well. Okay, the reason why you should bounce this is because then the Studio One will have this audio saved in the folder for this project. Okay, so just in case when you close this window for Cubase, you delete this audio, you have a backup here for this track. Okay, or you can just do a mix down. That'll be great as well. Okay, so now let's hear the aligned audio. Subscribe to my channel. Perfect. Now let's go to the original one. Subscribe to my channel. Okay, so how cool is that? This is another thing that I like with Studio One, where they make it easy for the musician to stay focused on their task, right? There's not much limitation in this DAW. This is one of the key elements that I am looking for in DAW, where it doesn't take a lot of my CPU power and it allows me to explore, just use my imagination. Okay, this is one of the things that I like about Studio One, where it allows me to explore my musical ideas and without having any limitation. So there's not much limitation in Studio One. Like for example, I can do this audio alignment in Cubase and drag it and just drop it in Studio One. And I can also do that with other plugins here. So I can also use a lot of Cubase's plugin, and I render the audio, bring it to Studio One, and I can work. So that is such a wonderful tools. And thank you Studio One, and thank you Cubase for allowing this to happen so that it will not mess up with my idea or creativity or my workflow. All those Studio One's users, you guys been very helpful in sharing about the features of Studio One. So thank you so much. I know I'm new to Studio One and I'm looking forward to explore more. And please do let me know if there's any other features that I have missed. I will definitely add on to the video so that other new users who's planning to migrate to Studio One from Cubase, they are able to learn or understand things better. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.